a city on edge.
Create ourselves, businessmen, we are ready too.
The LAPD says if violence breaks out here in LA, it will be ready.
You take to the streets, you will give the police the legal right to kill you.
Nearly a year after riots and rage rocked Los Angeles, LA braces itself for the outcome of a second trial. Under pressure from President Bush, the Department of Justice files federal charges against the 4 police officers acquitted in Simi Valley. The question at the heart of this case, were Rodney King's civil rights violated?
There was palpable tension, even downtown at the Roybal building where this trial was held.
We have tried to get along with minorities.
Keep my people in slavery? He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Keep my people in slavery? He didn't say that.
There are noticeable differences between the 2 trials. This one would take place in downtown Los Angeles, and Rodney King would take the witness stand. Prosecutors intentionally kept King out of the courtroom for the first trial.
They thought I was gonna go all crazy and act a fool on stage, and it wasn't about that. I just want to get up here and testify and just tell the truth.
Another difference, this time there are 2 African-American jurors. Journalist Luke Hannon says the fear of riots loomed.
These jurors, they were from Southern California. They were scared.
Defense attorney Michael Stone admits the climate hurt his case.
There was no way in the world that any jury would acquit all of the defendants again.
Are you saying that you walked into a courtroom with a client who you believed had no chance?
Pretty much so, yeah.
I was so positive and new in my heart that I'm not even worried about it. If they don't call me, we're still gonna win.
Rodney King takes a witness stand and testifies that racial epithets were used during the beating. His testimony would spark a war of words between the legal teams.
Mike Stone knows that the word nigger was used.
Did your client ever use the word nigger?
Absolutely. No one out there did.
And as he's lying prone, he says, someone said, we're gonna kill you. And that's when you see him getting up.
He is still willing to stand up in this courtroom before a jury and say, they said the word nigger, and then say, well, maybe it was killer. I'm not sure.
Lawrence Powell, accused of making the racial slur, also disputed King's testimony.
Rodney King is no doubt a liar. The evidence bears that out.
First you said it wasn't racial, then you said it was, and then you said you heard the N-word, and then you said you didn't.
Oh no, I heard it. But my mom said, whatever you do, don't say it was racism. So I respect her for that at that time. I know what I heard.
After 45 days, the federal trial ends.
I think we will be acquitted, but that 1% of, that we might not be is real worrisome.
On the 6th day of deliberations, the jury reaches a verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Stacy C. Coon, guilty.
I had my arm on Larry Powell's shoulder, and I leaned over to him and I said, we're going down, bud.
And what was his reaction?
He tensed. He tensed.
We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant guilty.
Two out of the 4 officers are found guilty.
It was like, God dang, I just hope we just get one. I hope we just get one on that. If we get one, we're good. So to get the 2, I was really happy.
Sergeant Stacy Coon and Officer Lawrence Powell were both sentenced to 2.5 years in federal prison. The verdict seemed to satisfy the community. No riots erupted. It was here at the Roybal Federal Building where guilty verdicts gave Rodney King the justice he was looking for. But one more trial was still to come. Rodney King's lawsuit would determine how much money, if any, he received for his injuries. King's civil suit against the city of Los Angeles was his 3rd trial in 3 years.
I fit this profile of the conservative African American.
Cynthia Kelly, the only African American juror during the civil suit, says the jury deliberations were contentious.
Half of them had no sympathy whatsoever. They did not care at all. They just didn't care. Like, he broke the law, he deserved what he got.
And what do you think of that?
I told them they were crazy. No one deserves to get beat like that.
The jury eventually sided with Kelly and awarded Rodney King $3.8 million.
So many people been through what I've went through, and I just happen to be first in line to for it to get recognized, and people say, hey, we're not taking this shit no more. We're through.
Up next, Rodney King's battle to put the beating behind him.
Are you able to forgive those cops?